UVC technology has proven to be very effective against bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens, such as the SARS-CoV-2 virus or the coronavirus. In general, there are two ways that viral cells can actually bind to the cell membrane and push their genetic material into human cells. The first way that this can happen is through a receptor site on the cell membrane. So what happens here is the viral particle actually has a matching piece that will fit into the receptor site, binding it, creating a path so that the genetic material can enter into the cell and be replicated. The second method that the genetic material can get into the human cell is through a lipid bilayer fusion. The outside of the viral particle is actually made of lipid or fatty layers. Those bind to the fatty layers of the cell membrane, creating a fusion pathway so that genetic material can enter into the cell through that method as well. UVC technology is used to help combat this, and this is what's actually happening in your hands-free device. Essentially what happens is that the UVC rays are able to focus on the genetic material, whether that be the DNA or the RNA, and they actually change the composition of it so it is no longer effective and can no longer replicate within the cell. So when we think of DNA, we think of this double helix ladder shape. This is what they look like separated. UVC technology and the UVC light rays are able to actually form what's called a UVC dimer in the DNA, which makes it bind to each other, the adjacent base pair, instead of the one across from it, changing the shape, rendering it ineffective. Same thing happens with RNA. The coronavirus is an RNA virus, so the same process is happening here in your hands-free device. These UVC rays are able to change this genetic material so we get a shape that is no longer able to be replicated within the cell, making the virus no longer effective.